It's working. Hey guys, so quick update. It's just after Golden Week here in Japan, so we're entering kind of the warm season slash the season when everyone's kind of used to the new school year and everyone's settling in. So should see some trials coming in. I've already signed 3 new students, 4 this year in like 5 weeks. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh. Five, yeah, five. So that's good. Like I've said in previous videos, the school is pretty much cruising along. It's not going to make me $1 million, but it's not as much of a worry as it used to be. It's kind of attained what would be the word? Critical mass, you could say, or liftoff, terminal velocity. It's pretty stable in that regard, which is great, and hopefully that will continue. But as I've also mentioned, this is not my long-term goal in life. It's really been a kind of a massive, beautiful, challenging, rewarding transition in my life that's taught me that you can do things if you really work hard at it and try. I got hat hair going on here. Look at that. And don't give up. But you have to be smart about it. I've tried a few different other things while I've been doing this, and nothing's panned out. But I now have a mentor of sorts here in town who wants to work with me on a few different projects. So my immediate goal is to get started on the most accessible, which involves an online service uh, selling software. That would hopefully allow things in the next year or so to change significantly, hopefully to the point where the income from that project would allow me to step back from this school, either sell it, which would be ideal. So we'll see how that goes. It's rather far down the road. I heard back from the company I applied to. Originally, they were really eager to talk with me, and then they realized that I'm not as experienced as what they're looking for. They're kind of doing a round of hiring for this part of the world where they don't actually have anybody, so they need established, experienced developers, hopefully with you know leadership experience and uh, talking like 10 plus years of really heavy development experience, which is not me. We got along really well. They really liked me, and they said, look, we're sorry if we have something for kind of more junior level, we'll definitely be reaching out to you. They actually said we will be reaching out to you when we do have something like that. So that's good to know. Um, one of the many things I've learned in starting this business is that nothing is really certain. As an entrepreneur, or whatever you want to call yourself, solopreneur in my case, for the time being, um, you can get a lot of false starts and a lot of kind of offers that don't pan out in the end. And in the beginning, when you really need the money or the exposure or the referrals, it can be really painful because when someone says, yeah, I've got some friends, I think their kids want to come to your school, can I have a business card? And you say absolutely, and you never hear back from them, or you hear from them like 2 months later, like, oh, they're really busy with baseball, so yeah, sorry. These things happen. You have to be able to kind of continue moving forward. It doesn't have to be the super stressful, like Rocky Six or whatever type of scene. There's no winning this time. You just kind of need to take things in stride because you don't have very much control over anything, and until whatever you're working on reaches a certain velocity, um, the smallest little upsets can really affect you. And so, in kind of having picked that up along the way, learning the hard way for a lot of it, I'm cool with that. There's a chance. My friend whom I'm going to be working with more and more from here on out has said, and other people, someone else commented quite like a couple times on the channel that having a job is okay, but you can do so much more if you actually have your own operation. So sometimes it's really tempting to take a position with, quote, corporate America, unquote, simply because it's such an automatic in, and you don't really have to think anymore in terms of anything outside of your immediate job duties. You get your salary, you get everything's kind of defined for you, and with bigger companies, you get opportunities to travel around, and it's set hours. It's kind of nice, but it does top out, and there's a ceiling past which it's exceedingly difficult to go, and that's just part of the deal when you're working for someone. It's a trade-off. Everyone knows that. It's pretty common sense, but there are times when, sorry, this cable is so long for this camera. I got this mark in my nose too. It's not very attractive. Anyways, so in the position I'm in now, it does seem smarter actually, although it will be harder and take more time to just build something else that's not an English school and has more potential for scalability and income and all of that good stuff, because that's really what you want, I think, if you are going to be investing 3, 5, 10 years of your life into a business. Ideally, it's a business that is capable of expansion to the point where it can actually make you wealthy, not just comfortable, but you can actually like have employees and make a lot of money and retire and walk away from it and live off what you've done. That's not really the case with running your own English school, and it seems a lot of people at that scale here in Japan, whether it's running a ramen shop or English school or little juku or something, everyone has issues with scaling, and it's kind of a it's not too different really from working in a restaurant or something where you're just working really hard all the time to make money, and as soon as you stop working, you stop making money. So it's not really that necessary these days, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to kind of expand the scope and see what can be done. But in the meantime, I'm really busy with this software development course. I'm technically halfway done with it. Super, super challenging, so it's a bit difficult to come up for air. I think I'm just going to kind of tone it down. My instructor in the course, him and I have agreed to work together. So I'm going to kind of function as his lackey. He's yet to give me any details, but he just messaged me today saying, okay, I'm gonna try to come up with some kind of proposal here, and then that way you can work for me essentially in turn. I don't know if there'll be any payment involved, but that will allow me to go beyond the official end of the course, so I don't have to pressure myself and not really learn that much and burn myself out and get all unhealthy, which tends to happen when you're burning the candle at both ends. So that'll be cool. That should lead to, at the very least, something I can put on my resume. Remote work with a real developer is very it's a very difficult thing to come across. It's kind of a catch-22 where, in my situation, you need to generally have a lot of on-site experience before you can have remote experience, and so just going straight to remote can be hard. So this is a great opportunity for that, and hopefully I can, I don't know, just find some angle where I can leverage my schedule a little more efficiently and make some stuff happen. I think this next 12-month window is the time. A lot's coming together, and I feel ready to change things up. So we'll see how that goes. I think a big part of it is just resigning myself to the fact that running this school in the same capacity I do now, and also doing another job, it's probably not a very realistic thing to entertain, just because it's too much. There's only so much time in a day, and it would require sacrificing presence and energy and focus, splitting it between two things instead of on one. So having that in the back of my mind is I think helping me to kind of consider further possibilities. For a while there, I was kind of stuck, hanging onto this branch and couldn't quite reach the next branch, and you got to kind of like swing and jump. So that's what I have to do. That's what I'll do. But I want to make sure something is set up, at least minimally, something that I can at least supplement what I make now, and then when I do make the full changeover, leverage that more and perhaps onward and upward. So that's it for now. School's doing good. Not much has really changed. I'm getting a few inquiries from people and making a living, so that's always good. It's kind of nice actually that it worked out that way. It'd be a shame if it didn't. I wouldn't want to. I don't know what I'd do actually. So I'm glad everything's going okay. All right. So until next time.